Thank you very much, Naveen, and thank you everyone for joining us this afternoon. I'm coming to you from the Legislative Assembly in the traditional territory of the Esquimalt and Songhees First Nation, and I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your schedule today. We're joined on the call by representatives from the Chinese-speaking media. They're going to be with us for the first few minutes, and then they're going to log off. I'm going to ask Minister Ann Kang to speak in Mandarin. I'm going to ask Minister George Chow to speak in Cantonese, and then when we get through those discussions, I'm going to ask Minister Katrina Chen to lead the moderated session of the discussion today. Also with us are our three MLAs from Richmond, Aman Singh, Henry Yao, and Kelly Green. So to everyone, thank you for coming, and it's with great urgency that I called you together today. As you all know, we've seen, until just this past few days, quite a spike in cases in Fraser Health and in Coastal Health. We're also joined by Vivian Eliopoulos, the CEO of Coastal Health, for any questions you may have that she can answer from her perspective as leading the health authority. But the challenge we have before us is there seems to be a hesitancy to register to get vaccinated. And we have been challenged, as you all know, by different messages over the past number of months. We had commitments for a significant supply in February that fell through, which had us stepping back from our immunization plan. We had concerns about one product versus another, about which age cohort should be going first. First responders and other frontline workers were appealing to be higher up in the queue of workplace vaccinations. Suffice it to say, the largest immunization program in BC history is not without challenges. The good news is that our supply challenge has been resolved, and over the next number of weeks we will be swimming in Pfizer vaccine. This is very, very good news. It is important, though, that we go through the three-step process. We need people to register. Once they're registered, they'll be booked for a vaccination, and then they go to a local community center or their pharmacy if we get to that stage in the rollout and get their shot. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, register, get your appointment booked, and get your shot. Already 1.8 million British Columbians have gone through that process. Myself and my wife, we went through a local pharmacy and were given the AstraZeneca vaccine. I was happy to do so. I am not at all concerned about my well-being. The Prime Minister and his wife also got AstraZeneca, but as much as the debate swirling around AstraZeneca is an important one, it's not a major concern for us right now because we're all out of AstraZeneca and we have an abundance of Pfizer. So as much as you may want to talk about that issue, I'm happy to do that, but I believe that the concern about AstraZeneca is behind us, and although we will be getting more supply in the months ahead, that'll be largely directed at people like me who've already had our first shot. And our first shot through the age cohorts and through frontline workers and through those hot spots in the region, mostly in the Lower Mainland, can be addressed through the Pfizer product, which we will have in millions of doses, which is very exciting. After all of these months of waiting for it to arrive, it's finally here. The challenge we have now, we don't have enough people registered. And that's our appeal to you today, to use your voices, to use your platforms, to raise up awareness of how important it is to get vaccinated if we want to put COVID-19 behind us and return to something resembling normal, where we can go out with friends, we can visit with groups of people larger than a handful, we can go to a Canucks game if we had the inclination to do that. Any number of activities that we're constrained with today will be a thing of the past if we can increase the number of people immunized in the number of weeks ahead of us. Again, it is a big challenge, and I'm going to call on all of you to help in your modest way so that we can get the word out. Vaccines are safe, they're effective, and the only way we'll be able to put COVID-19 behind us is if we increase the number of people in the community that have had vaccines, and then we'll go from there into the days and weeks and months and hopefully years ahead as we get back to resembling something that we will call normal. All of us, of course, know that it will take time for people to gather in large numbers. There's going to be a tentativeness around that. I think wearing face masks is going to be a commonplace occurrence. I have quite a collection now, and I accessorize with them as best I can with my blue suit and my blue mask. So there's a whole bunch of positives coming out of this, but we have to get shots in arms. So I'm going to pass it to Ann Kang for a comment in Mandarin, and then over to George for a comment in Cantonese.
Thank you so much, Premier. 非常感谢我们的省长今天开这个讨论会。今天呢，我们的要讲的议题就是疫苗接种还有对大家对这个议题的一个疑问，还有忧虑担忧。希望说呢，我们的社区领袖可以鼓励我们社区的人呢，赶快去注册赶快去打针，那我们就可以很快的就恢复以前的正常。在这边呢想要首先感谢各位社区领袖在这段期间关心我们的社区对我们的社区的一些贡献。我知道呢，很多人在这个时候都有捐款防护设备比如说是口罩或是消毒剂或是护目镜给需要的人，或是给老人院，或是给我们的医院。那这些爱心呢，我们政府都有看在眼里在这边呢，非常非常感谢大家。我知道说在这期间呢，已经超过12个月的时间，有很多人做了很多的牺牲。例如说呢，我们需要取消大型活动或是我们庆祝节日，那这些都是因为疫情的关系，而且当时呢，我们还没有疫苗的时候，所以我们现在省长也说过了，我们疫苗已经有足够，现在就是需要大家来注册。我们相信呢，大家打完针之后，我们可以慢慢的恢复以前正常的日子。那我与省长也是一样，上个礼拜在我生日之前呢，我就已经打过这个 AstraZeneca AZ 的这个针我父母亲也打过了，所以上个星期天天气非常漂亮的时候，我和爸爸妈妈就到社区里的附近的公园去散步，散步完了就去找我96岁的外公去喝茶，在他的前院。虽然我们打过针的，我们还是保持这个安全的受施我们还是有保持安全社交距离，我们还是有戴我们的口罩。那刚刚省长也讲过了，其实呢，口罩的这个 behavior 也许呢我们会继续一直保持，因为我们相信戴口罩其实是对大家的一个健康的保护跟安全。在疫情当中，我们看到有比较不幸的事情发生例如是说种族歧视或是仇恨有增加。那我想感谢各位社区的领袖，在这段期间对抗种族歧视和仇恨的一个努力。发生这些事情其实是让大家非常的心痛，但是呢，我相信我们大家团结，大家发出我们内心的爱，还有包容，还有理解心，我们可以对抗种族歧视和仇恨。所以呢，今天非常感谢大家在忙碌的一天播出你们的时间来有一个有建设性的讨论会。那最后呢，祝大家身体健康，万事如意，希望接近的日子来呢，我们可以一起见面，一起互动。谢谢。
Thank you, Anne. And George, can you give us some comments, please, as well?
Yeah, thank you, Premier, and good day, everyone. I'm speaking to you from Vancouver on the traditional territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh people, with whom we share this land and the hospitality. 咁各位早好，我係周景華，我今日咧好高興同大家喺呢個網上見面。咁我咧亦都係喺溫哥華向各位講話嘅。咁我哋而家喺呢個3個原住民嘅土地上生活，咁好感謝佢哋對我哋嘅寬容，同埋我哋大家共享呢個嘅咁美麗嘅地方。咁頭先省長都有講啦，我哋而家最近咧。就喺下個禮拜咧，就接到好多呢個輝瑞疫苗咁我哋嗰個阿斯利康嘅疫苗咧就已經用晒啦。咁我哋嘅輝瑞疫苗咧會有大量嘅供應， 聯邦政府喺嗰方面已經係接到呢個嘅貨運啦。咁喺呢度咧，我哋想咧就各位社區嘅朋友咧，協助我哋將呢個信息帶出去，就話點樣盡量希望我哋社區人士，尤其是我哋加拿大華裔社區人士嗰啲人去了解呢個疫苗同埋接種，因為如果我哋唔接種呢個疫苗咧，我哋就好難就重開我哋呢個經濟同埋呢個正常嘅生活。咁喺呢度咧，我哋想同呼籲各位俾啲意見我哋。咁我琴日亦都有機會咧聽到Dr. Henry 咧就喺呢個華語電台喺度講，咁咧亦都有好多市民咧發問關於呢個疫苗嗰個問題。咁喺呢個方面咧，我洞悉得到咧係有好多人想知道更加多啲關於呢個疫苗嗰個信息同埋佢嗰個即係醫學上嘅知識各方面。咁喺呢度咧，我亦都想聽下各位嘅意見。咁頭先我同僚Ann Ken 講到就關於呢個反亞裔仇視事件咧，就一路不斷上增。咁我哋好高興喺2個禮拜之前咧，同我哋呢個 Parliamentary Secretary， 即係我哋呢個省議會秘書Rachna Singh 咧，就同溫哥華啲市民同埋有一位溫汪先生，佢係呢個溫哥華市嘅social planner， 就開咗一個會，咁樣我哋點樣去組織能夠有一個好嘅方案嚟去接受呢個受到種族歧視事件嘅亞裔人士去投報，因為呢個咁嘅投報咧就唔係話警察嘅，因為喺呢個方面咧，我哋聽到好多信息咧，就算有好多言語上冇困難嘅人，當佢受到呢啲咁嘅種族嘅仇恨事件嘅時候，佢真係不識所從，所以亦都需要我哋特別一個組織。咁喺呢方面，我哋政府就落咗好大嘅功夫。我哋有我哋嘅 Resilience BC 呢個反種族嘅歧視嘅議案嘅行動。咁喺度咧，唔阻大家時間，聽你哋嘅意見。同時亦都可以同我聯絡，如果你有咩意見。多謝各位 ，Thank you。